11:53. I haven't seen Hairbrain at all yet. Oh, hi, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the knight errant himself. Oh, have you been watching from the gallery, Mr. Sholmes? I've been on the edge of my seat the entire time. Courtroom trials are fascinating affairs, as a spectator at least. I'm glad you've been enjoying yourself. Oh, Hairbrain, you okay? Oh, it's got quiet already. I have to ask. What on earth is going on? It makes no sense. What's this professor business all about? Oh no, this poor guy. He doesn't look like any professor I've ever met before. Who even is he? Of course. You were in Germany already 10 years ago. Yeah, ooh, voice, hello. Yes, the professor. When I discovered he was the one who'd been abducted, a sense of foreboding stirred within me. But who knew the monster would come knocking at your door? My heartfelt sympathies. As it turns out, Lord Van Zeeks is even more intimately tied to this case than any of us realized, isn't he? Yes, how true. He's a great friend from university in the dock. And now, a waxwork of the killer who took his esteemed brother's life makes an appearance too. I imagine even the shrewd Mr. Reaper failed to foresee that kick in the teeth. An extraordinary move on your part, my dear fellow, to throw that in front of the man. I didn't do it to make him feel bad. Sholmes, please. You make it sound deliberate. No. I can't help feeling that this professor case is really very puzzling. Well, there's Mr. Drebber, Dr. Scythe, and Lord Van Zeeks. It seems that everybody in the trial has a link to the case somehow. Yes, in fact... Hairbrain, now is not the time to be proud of such a thing. Yes, in fact, I alone am not a member of the set. So, that leaves me as an empty set, all alone with no intersection to any other. Who's talking? Excuse me? Oh, hi. Why are you here? Please, I don't want to talk to you right now, like in person. I'd rather you be on the defense. the stand. Ah, good. Dr. Courtney Scythe, niece Stevens. Good day to you. Hello, Sholmes. That was very shrewd of you. Oh? You requested that 10-year-old autopsy report from Gregson, didn't you? Why would you assume such a thing? Because Gregson told me. Oh. Did he now? To think it's been 10 years. 10 years in the laboratory, wielding my scalpel. I smell of nothing but corpses and disinfectant. A policeman on the jury had a lot to say about you as it happens, Dr. Scythe. And I've accused you of being complicit in what happened. I'm hoping that you'll take the stand and tell the truth about what really happened. That certainly won't be possible. What? Why? No! No! No, no, no. Absolutely not. Come on! But attempting to hide from the truth, that's cowardice. I've always fought crime in the way that I see fit. I have no regrets, none at all. And that's all I came here to say. So, good day to you. hold on. I just... Okay. Bye. Well, that sucks. She mentioned it too, this Pandora's box. Whatever does it mean? I don't know, man. No, this sucks. Why? There's really no cause for concern. I assure you, when the trial resumes, the meaning will become all too apparent, whether you'd like it or not. Like it to or not. Now then, I believe it's almost time. I must make my way back to the public gallery. The edge of my seat awaits. Oh, good. I think maybe you're enjoying yourself a little too much. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Thanks, Sholmes, I guess. Alright, I understand. Thank you. Good. I shall make myself scarce then. I purchased a bar of caramel earlier, so I shall be gnawing on it as you gnaw away at the truth. Sholmes' caramel. You didn't need to buy it. You make your own caramel, don't you? Is what I thought, anyway. What did that warning from Mr. Sholmes really mean, I wonder? Especially the bit about whatever may come to pass. Oh, that's not ominous. Oh dear. It's time for the final chapter then. I'm determined to find the truth. No matter what. No, this is too ominous. No! I mean... Oh my god. No. Oh, that model's still there, I forgot. Yes, yes. Oh dear. He's not wrong though. Alright, here we go. So we cannot bring Dr. Scythe, unfortunately, to the stand. She's here, okay. She is in the antechamber as we speak, and ready to be summoned. Alright, here we go. Things are about to become a lot more intense. If Jebba is responsible, as I'm sure he is, it means he must have had an accomplice in Dr. Scythe. And what connects the pair of them is the waxwork. Yes, the model of the professor. That's the key to the link between these otherwise unrelated individuals. It's a tenuous link, admittedly, but at present it's all we have to go on. Okay. What the fuck? My name is Madame Esmeralda Tuspels. I'm a waxwork artisan. I'm the proprietress of the Madame Tuspels Museum of Waxwork. You will have to pardon me for working as I testify. My new exhibit must open very soon. Oh, she tried... She's replacing Sholmes with the waxwork. Got it. Oh, so he finally gets a statue, does he? Now there are two of them in the world. Oh my! What expression is she carving into that face? Uh-huh. And it was on a 200 pound ransom. Oui, that is true. At first, we believed I had been kidnapped. Yes, my lord. There was a demand for ransom money left behind by the culprit. However, according to what I have been told outside the courtroom, that was not the true reason. I understand it was utilized as a substitute for the body of a murder victim. Yes, he is? No, no, open it! What? What's absurd? I didn't know what face you've carved onto your fancy figure beneath that mask. But clearly, it won't be that of the actual killer. Really? Why? The trial took place in a closed court. The proceedings were strictly confidential. The condemned man was summarily executed. His identity remains a closely guarded national secret. There is no possible way that a repository of torture exhibit could get its hands on that information. I wonder... I mean, I don't know why this came up in my brain, but when we examined this, the glass was missing. So what if the glass panel that was in here was taken by Madame Tusples? Like, what if this is the actual camera? Because there is blood on it too, but I don't know if it actually is a camera that was on that day or not for real. I don't know. If it was, then she would have the perfect image of that face. Just a thought, though. Because, I mean... it could be. It would seem you are unaware of the Tuspel's principles. What principles? The family Tuspels has always prided itself on sculpting its models a la perfection. Every detail, including the visage, is fashioned with complete fidelity. Et voila, our principles. Okay. There's a well-known legend about the Tuspel's waxwork. Works from the time of the French Revolution. A member of the Tuspels family is said to have made a waxwork of the queen who was executed. So she's a witch. Is that what you're saying? I believe the queen's face was carved in the minutes following her death. Actually, at the guillotine site. Oh. So was she there at the execution? You just told us your secret. Do you mean to say that beneath that mask? Oui, the true visage of the killer is there. Oh. Oh, can we, Sholm said to pursue it completely. Don't falter. I want to see. I want to see it. The special exhibit in the House of Horrors is based on a rumor that shocked society in London. An impression of the visage was taken directly from the corpse, in accordance with Tuspill's family principles. I enlisted the aid of the gravedigger, and created a mold for the head in the cemetery just before the interment. Oh. Oh, so... okay. Oh no, he's getting heated. I mean, I don't blame him because that man killed his brother, but I'm guessing. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, let me see. That looks awesome, by the way. I like that. I like the cross-hatching in it. The special exhibit was based upon the picture in this article. It was the most detailed account of what happened, as reported by the eyewitness who saw it. Okay, hold on. I need a better look at it. I need a better look at it. So there's the camera. Did he draw this? It says Asmin on it. Wait, hold on. Rises from the grave. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night. At Lovegate Cemetery, just behind the prison, on the night of the foul demon's execution, the newly... professor forced off his grave cover as he clawed free from the earth. The young man who witnessed the scene was on the verge of raising a shriek. Oh, the bullet pierced the Hold on. Gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. The bullet pierced the resurrected man's chest, whose breath then stilled once more. The youth then finally released the scream he had run for his life. Disciple of science, or the university student who experienced this shocking event, is Mr. Enoch Trevor, a disciple of science in the University of London and a resident of its student dorms. So he was a student at university at the time. Okay. Okay, but... Okay, I'm gonna keep in mind that Odie Asman is the one who made that picture. This waxwork links Drebba to Dr. Scythe. And there has to be some reason for that, which hasn't come to light yet. But I'll find it. I'll get to the bottom of what really happened. I'll prove that Dr. Scythe and Drebba were in on this crime together. Okay. But why, though? And that rumor would be a 10-year-old tale now, but one that no Londoner would ever forget. Alright. He was in Lowgate Cemetery behind the prison, in the dead of night after the execution of the killer. The interred professor slid back the stone slab covering his tomb and emerged from his grave. A young man who witnessed this felt a scream welling up inside him. Did I spend that whole time reading the article only for them to repeat it? But an instant later, he heard an ear-splitting gunshot from over his shoulder. The bullet struck the emerging corpse, and he fell motionless once more. The scream finally found its way from the mouth of the young witness, who turned and ran for his life. So I didn't need to try hard to read the article from the newspaper itself. The corpse climbed out of his own grave. And then somebody shot him. Who was it? Nobody knows even today. But remember, it was just a rumor. Perhaps nothing more than a ghost story. The good people of London, they love stories like this. No, but shouldn't she have been there then? She said she waited a long time. But was it just a story? Or was it just a story? I mean, this is exactly the scene that can be seen at your museum, isn't it? Well, she based this thing off this picture. Yeah. Madam, might I say something? When something is described as a rumor, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's entirely made up. I believe that often, rumors contain elements of the truth. That is true. Wow, okay. Can we be sure, for instance, that the professor's execution was successful? But what if he wasn't dead in the first place? Yes, you were. You said that earlier. Mm-hmm. And she said her family has a history of going to great lengths to get a sculpt. Yeah, it's true. Did you check the man's pulse though? Because you, we know this to be a trend. You can't know for sure. Running theme, yeah. Oh my god. Is that true of every waxwork in your museum then? Oh. That's kind of weird. What sort of letters? When my time comes, please make a waxwork of me. Oh. No! My museum is famous, monsieur. To be made into a waxwork is an honor, and for some criminals a symbol of status, even. To be forever known. Because nothing says hardened criminal better than wax. And it is thanks to one killer in particular that my museum has gained such popularity in London. I refer to the star of the special exhibit, of course, the Professor. Okay. Surely that's illegal, isn't it? I was blinded by monetary greed. It had nothing to do with the money. The man is part of London's criminal history. That is why I had to sculpt him, to record his history. It is the... Okay. But if the man was convicted in a closed court and sent for immediate execution, then surely nobody but the members of the judiciary present know the killer's true identity. Well, now I have to see. I want to see. Well, the national secret's about to be exposed. Give me the national secret. Yes. Give me the deets. All right. You were there longer than you expected to be. I had some difficulties in capturing the subject's form correctly. As I removed the mask, the mouth of the cadaver fell open and I had some problems with the chin. What? I don't like this. Dare I ask? Oh. Oh dear, what a horrible thought. Yeah, no. Oh. Is it rigor mortis? Oh, there. Yeah. Rigor mortis. Do you not skip, please? No, rigor mortis. It's the name given to a phenomenon that occurs in recently deceased bodies. As a rule, 3 hours post-death, the muscles in the body begin to stiffen. By approximately 10 hours post-death, the entire body is completely rigid and inflexible. And then, from that point on, the muscles slowly start to revert to the relaxed state. The effect is often used to estimate the time of death when a body is discovered. Huh? Well, that was an education, if a slightly scary one. What the fuck? Starts in the jaw. Oh, okay. That's fair, I guess? It's getting hard for me to do my work with all this talk of corpses. I wonder about that information the courts just heard from Madame Tuspels. I mean, everything's significant, right? So... I don't know. The information about rigor mortis that you just shared with us. Would you mind including that in your formal testimony? I believe it could be significant, you see. Please. Thank you. I can't help feeling that after this latest topic, the atmosphere in the courtroom has become extremely... great. Oh, Susato here with the jokes. This is no time for jokes, Mr. Sato. I mean, it was good though. So how long were you waiting? Rigor mortis being the phenomenon you described whereby the corpse becomes stiff after death. I think you said that it starts at the jaw, about 3 hours post-death. Is that right? Okay. It depends on the season. Okay. I didn't realize a waxwork artisan would be so well versed in the subject. That's true. Well, I had no idea about it, but maybe I won't admit to my ignorance about forensic science. Maybe you shouldn't. Right, her father... Yes, okay. I think corpses should be your domain. I'm not good with them. Her domain? What do you mean? Wait, so how long were you there? You say that dawn was approaching. What was the time of day then, approximately? Not... Early sunrise of the year. $4.40? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... $4.40 for... $4.40. Okay. That really is early. The fact is, I had very little time, so I finished my work in half an hour. It just looks like she's stabbing Sholmes in the face. Is it me, or does Mr. Sholmes seem to be taking shape more quickly now, too? I wonder, is what she said particularly significant? Everything's significant. We're just gonna say it's significant. But 4 AM for sunrise is pretty crazy. Okay. Did you have reason to believe you might be discovered once the sun came up or something? I had paid the gravedigger money to keep my little secret, of course. But with the morning light, I knew that the warden from the prison would commence his patrol of the area. No, I don't think so. We know, Vanzix. Wait, but... Hold on. Then why was Drebber there? And how long was she hidden? Where? Oh my god, okay. Never mind. So that's all I have to go on. What's your feeling, Mr. Naruhodo? For some reason, Dr. Scythe went along with Drebber's plan. Now, if that's really true, then the professor is the only other thing we know of that links the pair of them. So I feel sure that waxwork must be a clue to this mystery somehow. Okay. After all, he has a profound connection to the professor as well. What can I show here? This is the night of his execution. Wait, no, hold on. If... So this was the night of the execution. Then shouldn't Madame Tuspels have been there as well during that time? Because that was the day he was executed. Hold on, what? How do I use this? Because I mean, this won't work with the rigor mortis comment. No. Wait, no, I didn't mean to press that. Whoops. Hold on, I didn't get. Stop. Quit. Nope. Nope. Hold on. Midnight. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so... No, okay. Rigor mortis should have set in by then. Because that was 4 hours past his death. I have here an autopsy report that was filed 10 years ago now. It confirms the death of the professor following his execution at the gallows. It is a problem. I believe it is, because your testimony and a particular detail in the report completely contradict one another. We are. Yes, we are. I almost didn't see your assistant for a second there. According to her testimony, Madame Tuspels was creating her wax impression just before dawn, and at the time rigor mortis had not yet set in, is what she said. Am I correct so far, madam? Okay. But that's impossible, because he died at midnight, apparently. Yes, but it's been 4. But, on the other hand, if you look at Dr. Scythe's report, it quite clearly states the following. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight, 17th of June. Yes, exactly! If the professor indeed died at midnight that day, then by the time you were sculpting his face, rigor mortis would already have set in. In other words, this report is wrong. Maybe it wasn't written by mistake, but on purpose? Now I'm... Okay, hold on. So... I'm thinking about this right now. So they said a bullet pierced the resurrected man's chest, whose breath then stilled once more. I'm wondering... if Asmin was there, because he drew this very nicely, right? Like, even if it was like an illustration of the imagination of what was said, maybe he was there. What if what if Asmin was the guy who shot the body, maybe? Because I'm looking at the image of Drebber now. He has a shovel, which is weird. Because I don't know why he would need a shovel to be here. Or, like, why was he even at the graveyard in the first place? That's interesting. Or maybe he was in on getting this guy out. Like, whatever. He was shot in the chest. And then maybe Drebber and Scythe have some kind of relation with the professor. And we're getting revenge of some sort. And then what if... I know these are a bit, like, over the top. Like, I'm just pulling things out of my ass here. But what if this, where he was stabbed, is where the body was shot? Maybe? Of the professor? I don't know. But she put the wrong time on purpose, because he didn't actually die. In that case, there's only one possible conclusion. The execution didn't actually take place at the stated time. Oh, come on. My learned friend appears to have overlooked one very crucial fact. Oh, come on. The professor died that night, without question. Well, he was killed by the bullet then, I don't know. Yes, the professor died that night. But what if he didn't die at the gallows? Didn't die at... Are you insane? What exactly are you suggesting did happen in that case? It's almost impossible to believe, but it would explain the link between Dr. Scythe, the professor, and the one other person of interest. I have evidence that will explain exactly what I'm suggesting happened that night. The newspaper? That's the only thing we have. The evidence... So the newspaper... I need to save though. Yes, I'm a coward. I can't do it without saving. Okay, good. What happened that night is written very plainly in this newspaper article. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night at a local cemetery. You're suggesting it was a corpse coming back from the dead now? Save scumming is the way exactly. It's like, I want to take the risk, but not with some precaution. Well, if this article is to be believed, yes. The professor, assumed dead following his execution, emerged from his grave and was killed again. Oh, come on, Van Zieks! Don't be a fool. That's simply a rumor published by the gutter press. Can you be certain of that? Come on, come on. The point is, as the article says, there was a witness to what happened. Drebber. By chance. On the contrary, my lord, we all know this witness well. We do know. We know who's seen it. He's in the courtroom right now. In fact, you could say that he's right here, before my very eyes. Yes! I mean, we know who this is. It's right here. The man in question is Mr. Enoch Drebber. Drebber? The man that's standing right there? The special exhibit in the House of Horrors at Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork recreates the decade-old scene in great detail. The condemned criminal emerging from the grave, and beside the tomb, a young man with a lantern stumbling upon the terrifying sight. And that young man is a 10-year younger Mr. Enoch Drebber. Wow. Looks exactly like him. He was. What is all this talk about Mr. Drebber? Is the name significant? Of course, Madame Tuspels doesn't know, does she? Yes, it's extremely significant, Madame. To your situation as well, in fact. The fact that you were at the cemetery. The theft of the Professor waxwork from your museum some days ago was perpetrated by the very same man. So you know it. Wait, from even before that? Wait. Wait, how far in the past? Ugh, okay. The story of the young man and the terrible sight he witnessed in the cemetery 10 years ago was published in every single newspaper in London and throughout Great Britain. However, in all of the articles, the witness was simply described as a certain young man. No details were published about his identity, His name was never revealed. That is, apart from one newspaper. Oh, the one that we have right now. The Daily Circus. It is the paper from which comes the article I've already shown this court. Oh. Haha. Unbelievable. When I read the article, I went to meet with the man. His discovery of the condemned criminal coming back to life in the cemetery in the dead of night would make a perfect exhibit for my house of horrors, whether it was the truth or not. So you met with him? £5. Okay. That was okay. So, 10 years ago, a young man appealed to the public about an extraordinary event he'd witnessed. A criminal who had been pulled to death, or put to death, re-emerging from his grave in the middle of the night. But the public treated his claim as nothing more than an amusing anecdote that was soon forgotten. 10 years later, the same man steals a waxwork model of the executed criminal, ostensibly to use as a body double for the victim in the case we're discussing here today. Even though the waxwork's build is a poor match for the victim, and its face is obscured by a mask. So the question is, why would the man do such a thing? Again, maybe it's someone he knew personally. Which brings us to 3 days ago, when the birdcage crashed into the Crystal Tower. If the birdcage had in fact contained not the body of Mr. Asman, but the same waxwork, the coroner from Scotland Yard who investigated, Dr. Scythe, would have noticed immediately. And yet, she submitted this autopsy report for the victim, which the court has seen earlier. Why? Possibly. Dr. Scythe put her name to a document confirming the death of a condemned criminal who was still alive. A criminal whose apparent resurrection was witnessed by Mr. Drebber. But that misconduct was a deadly secret the coroner would do anything to protect. Which is precisely why Mr. Drebber used that particular waxwork as the body double. Sorry, every time he does that I can't help it. My lord, this court must summon Dr. Scythe to the stand. But Lord Strongheart said no. The defense is determined to find out exactly how the coroner and Mr. Drebber are connected. But the big boss said no. Fancy X? She told us so herself, didn't she? That Lord Strongheart said she's not allowed. Something happened on the night of the killer's execution 10 years ago, and surely nobody would want to get to the bottom of that more than Lord Van Zeeks. Whoa, Van Zeeks! Holy shit! The assigned prosecutor has the final say on policy in any particular trial. In other words, me. Yes! Van Zieks! Let Enoch Drebber and Dr. Scythe both take the stand together. Ooh! Oh my god, Van Zieks! Fuck you! Strong heart. Yes. Alright then, Enoch Drebber and Dr. Scythe. If they weren't colluding with one another, this crime could never have been committed. I'm just a stone's throw away. I can feel it. The truth behind all of this is about to come out. Oh my god, yes. I like this music a lot. Thank you for your attendance at such short notice, Dr. Scythe. I'm disappointed in you, Lord Van Zieks. You completely betrayed the agreed policy of both Scotland Yard and the prosecutor's office. Betrayal is not in my nature, as long as the truth isn't compromised. If it is, if there's even a hint of wrongdoing, then no matter whom it concerns or disgruntles, I will pursue the matter to the bitter end, as would any prosecutor worth his salt. That fucking animation, the one with the waxwork head, yeah. Mr. Drebber, you took the victim's life by means of a machine that you constructed in your workshop. And Dr. Scythe, as the investigation coroner, you were the first on the scene to examine the victim's body. It is the belief of the defense that you collaborated with each other and were both complicit in this crime. And where's your evidence? At present, we have no definitive evidence, but we do have a very significant clue. What are you talking about? Come on. I'm talking, of course, about the waxwork. This model of the killer known as the Professor, who was sentenced to death 10 years ago. You don't need to tell me. I witnessed the man's execution with my own eyes, and officially pronounced him dead. I know, but you messed it up on purpose. According to newspaper reports from the time, on the night following his execution, the killer came back to life. Don't waste my time. And the sole witness, excuse me, and the sole witness to that mysterious event was you, Mr. Drebber, wasn't it? Courtney, what gel do you use to make your hair not move like that? Oh, does it not move when you swishes? If what you saw in the graveyard that night 10 years ago wasn't some chilling fiction, but reality, it would make you privy to very great secrets of Dr. Scythe's. A secret so profound, it could compel the coroner to agree to collaborate in your evil scheme, in fact. I wonder if the killer is her husband. Because we don't know the professor's name. Just a crazy thought. Mr. Drebber, tell the court. Tell everyone the truth of what you saw that night in Lowgate Cemetery. Come on. What an interesting angle. Of course. What an interesting twist. When at the time, not one person would take me seriously. Yet now here we are, 10 years later, and suddenly my story matters, and in a court of law too. How much of your body's actually, like, organic now? Very well then, if everyone so wishes. Let's be frank, I'll tell you the truth of what happened that night, for what it's worth. wonder if they're related. I really do like this music though. It's so good. Yes, of course. As you wish. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to her hair, because now I'm curious. The reason I was in Lowgate Cemetery all 10 years ago was for a spot of moonlighting, shall we say. Yes, the illustration in the newspaper article was based on what I witnessed that night. But, thinking back now, I realized I never actually saw the professor. Soon afterwards, I was visited by a young woman who sculpted a model of me from wax. Then I gave up on my dream of becoming a scientist, and it was all because of that newspaper article. You're the... oh. Aesthetically, this is one of my favorite cases, the outfits, the music. Yes, everything looks so cool. It's so good. The designs and everything are amazing. Wait a minute. You're claiming you didn't actually see the professor now. Don't lie. Of course, you'd have to have a screw loose if you believed a corpse could come back from the dead. But, so you're saying this article is not what the paper's printed on? I think that would describe it perfectly, yes. Oh, come on, no! If the details in the article aren't true, it nullifies the argument for why Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe would have been working together. No, we can't let that happen. So he's discrediting himself to cripple my argument. No, don't do this to me. God damn it. Grave robbing. Well, I mean, that would explain the shovel, I guess. As you know, Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison. So, among students at the university, it had a reputation of being haunted by the ghosts of condemned convicts. Oh my goodness. Yes, exhuming fresh corpses to sell is reasonably lucrative. Of course, I never laid a finger on any valuables buried with the dead. What? What? The repurposers? What the fuck? It caused me a great many headaches, and then I had to leave the university. And that was the only paper with the bad grace to identify me unambiguously, I might add. I see. Okay. Odie Asman! Ah yes, that was the reporter who exposed me. He sketched that right in front of me as I described the scene. Boop. Obviously, as time ticked on, I bitterly regretted what I'd done, claiming to have seen something I never truly saw. Foolish, very foolish. Wait, but Odie Asman... That would mean he used to be a reporter? But that's weird, okay. Hold on. Cause it... Oh, maybe that's his motive for killing Asman. Cause he ruined his life by posting his name. if he was truly the reporter of that article, there's a motive. Because he had to leave university. By moonlighting, you mean grave robbing, do you? Surely you only need to look at the graveyard scene and my appearance to gauge the answer to that. Okay, yeah. But who on earth would want to buy a dead body? Any major hospital. Oh. Or what if she wanted the body? In order to better understand the human body, the study of anatomy is crucial to medical science. But there isn't a hospital in the world that has enough specimens to work with. Oh yeah, her hair does not move. Though, obviously, they can't openly express an interest in obtaining more by dubious means. As aspiring scientists, we young research students had no money to work with, as I'm sure you can imagine. So we made surreptitious? I think that's how I pronounce. With the hospital via some of our medical student acquaintances. We would never take anything of value from the graves. This was all for the furtherance of science, you see. That's what we'd all told ourselves every time we stole into the graveyard at night, spade in hand. Of course. Well, he's exposed now. Professor Hairbrain said exactly the same. That they don't get enough money. I think he only regrets because he got caught with his name in the thing, but whatever. The strange happenings at Lowgate Cemetery, which you now deny. Excuse me. Not entirely. I ran to fetch the police at the time, you know. I was shaking like a leaf. But they didn't believe a word of it. In fact, I was very nearly arrested myself. Well, yeah. You were at the graveyard with the spade. That's weird. So you went to the papers instead. I started big with the London News, but unsurprisingly they didn't want to know either. And then, though, it was reporters from the gossip rags, the gutter press, that came to get my story. And it spread like the plague through the capital, as gossip-hungry Londoners lapped up the tale. God damn. Alright. So, I mean, so this kind of gives a motive against Asmon. Are you saying you saw a ghost then, huh? Are you saying you hallucinated? You seem quite unhinged yourself, though. Okay. So, evidence that he saw it. I don't know. Is there any material evidence that could show he really did see the professor? I don't think so. Like, if we had the panel here, then we could prove it with that, but we don't. I know, I need to present it against that irritatingly backtracking statement of his. That young woman being Madame Tuspil's, of course. Precisely. Okay, I must say... How much was 5 pounds back then? In... So... A lot, yeah. 1 pound was 20 shillings. And each shilling was divided into 12 pennies or pence. So a lot. Huh. Oh dear. Wait, what'd you buy? No, what did you buy? Tell me. Do you have the panel? No, I need your... Do you have the panel? We need that glass panel. Madam Tuspils, please. I need the glass panel. Okay. So this is the actual camera, for sure. If we have the glass panel, then that would be perfect to... like, evidence that he saw the body come out. Ace Attorney's dragging this point on, let us look. I know, please! This article, you mean, published in the Daily Circus. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. You combine your knowledge of science with knowledge of stage magic to create various experimental machines intended to demonstrate never-before-seen technology. And you use these deceptive machines to trick the government and private investors into giving you money. Professor Albert Harebrain was just your latest victim, wasn't he? Whatever are you talking about? I have no recollection of doing anything of the sort. Of course you wouldn't admit to it. She's been silent this whole time, too. What's Drebber up to? Why would he suddenly change his tune and recant his claim? I wonder if perhaps it's because his circumstances have changed now. Well, if he admits to having seen the Professor emerging alive from his grave 10 years ago, it will expose a secret in Dr. Scythe's past that she would desperately want to hide. No. In that case, there's only one way around it. I'll have to prove he really did see it. We don't... I want to say the camera is what I need to use. But we don't have it. So he's saying he didn't see anyone, but I want to know if that means the gunshot didn't happen, right? So so if he didn't see the professor, then no one got shot, I guess? I don't know. Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Your latest claim, you did see the professor on the night 10 years ago. Oh dear, we seem to be at odds. But I was there, and you were not. I know what I didn't see. The illustration with this article was drawn based upon what you told the journalist that you witnessed. A figure emerging from the tomb, wearing an iron mask. That is weird. Oh, so even people in there wouldn't know. Oh. So, Mr. Drebber, as you just heard, a lowly student of the University of London certainly wouldn't have known about the condemned man's mask. So, unless you'd actually seen the professor that night, it's inconceivable that the artist would have included the mask in that illustration. That's true, actually. If he didn't know the professor was wearing the mask, then he wouldn't know that it was the professor at all. It's a vile scene, isn't it? If you look closely. Huh? And as I've already been at pains to point out, I was utterly petrified. Which is why I had it in my head that I'd seen such a blood-curdling sight. Sorry, I just moved my mic, so if you heard that, I'm so sorry. But afterwards, I came to my senses and realized that I'd been mistaken. You're still saying you didn't see it? If you're stubbornly sticking to that story, witness, then amend your testimony to explain exactly how you think your eyes deceived you. Of course. I'm only too happy to oblige. Oh my god, I can't believe he's still not going to concede the point. Also, I want to know why some of his words are highlighted when they're not really not really important to the case. Another grave robber? A fellow grave robber? What are you talking about? Well, I wasn't the only one busy in the cemetery that night, you know. Other body snatchers were at work. Of course, when I saw one emerging from the hole he dug, my heart very nearly stopped. So that's the terrifying sight I actually saw, you see. Are you... what? Many of the medical students would wear metal masks to protect them from bacteria during dissections. But that kind of metal mask? I don't know about that. Because it looks... I don't know. No. Clearly, the fellow is using such a mask to protect his anonymity. Anonymity. Wouldn't you say? Oh my god. But there's more to the story, isn't there? The article goes on to say. In the next second, a gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. The bullet pierced the resurrected man's chest, whose breath then stilled once more. We might assume... oh. Wrong voice. The gravedigger had shot someone in the cemetery. I think it might have been rather big news, my lord. Yeah, no. A murder in the cemetery. I can only assume it was an embellishment bolted on later by the reporter. Oh. Could it be, she says. Yes. Excuse me. Madam Tuspels, don't take it out on Mr. Sholmes. I was lost in my thoughts. Would it be fair to say that Mr. Drebber's last remark was significant to you in some way? Oh. Oh, so is he lying? If you don't mind me saying, madam, what are you talking about? Well, when I met you 10 years ago at your university dormitory, you recounted to me that your adventure in the cemetery, including the gunshot. Stop! You might want to watch your tongue, you know. No, shush! Have a care, Drebber. That's no way to speak to a lady. Like his gers are like also highlighted. That's so weird. Please, Madam Tuspels, carry on. Tell me the truth. According to what Monsieur Drebber told me at the time, he did hear a gunshot from behind him, and the bullet hit the condemned man. I said nothing of the sort. You did. Yes! There was blood. Wow, dude. I have no recollection of ever saying those things. Oh, come on, do you really expect us to believe you? Right. Very well. What if we make a based accusation? Yes. I assure you it's based. There were no gunshots from behind me at all, nor any splattering blood. Soon afterwards, I was visited by a young woman who's okay. No, this one, sorry. Present. There was blood. This is the camera. Mr. Drebber, do you remember this camera? Yes. It is. Sorry, I snatched it. Yes, we borrowed it from the House of Horrors. It's the camera you took with you to the cemetery that night, Mr. Drebber. And is that supposed to be significant? There's blood on it. This kind of camera is rarely seen in our homeland, so my colleague and I were keen to examine it closely. We noticed that the lens extended forward on the end of some bellows. Like this. Yes, blood! Blood, Van Zieks! It looks like a dark spread stain. Oh. That's right. It's a rather conspicuous mark here on the bellows, in fact. It's blood! Yes, my lord. It would appear to be a spatter of blood. Something that could be confirmed with a simple chemical test. Isn't that right, Dr. Scythe? It would be difficult to determine if it was human blood or not the blood of some animal. But, yes, to test whether or not it's blood at all is simple enough. I propose that Madame Tuspill's testimony was correct, and that on the night in question 10 years ago, you were spattered with blood from the gunshot wound. He's sweating. Well, come on. And that furthermore, you really did witness condemned professor emerging from his tomb. Water gun to your face. You've been naughty and telling lies. There's simply no way you could have forgotten such a traumatic experience. In other words, the only explanation is that you're trying to hide the fact that you saw the professor that night. Why would he want to? I don't know. Well, not for his own gain, it would seem. For whose, then? Who could benefit? Mr. Drebber is obviously lying in order to protect somebody. Yes, my lord, and clearly, it's someone who doesn't want the truth about the professor coming back to life to be exposed. Saw that sweat bead? I know, right? He's totally lying. Who is he trying to protect? The only person I can think of is Scythe. I can't. Oh wait, no, I can save. Because we're trying to say that he has a connection to Scythe this whole time. And no one else really makes sense, because he wouldn't try to protect her. She's saying all this shit, so the only person is her. The obvious answer is Dr. Scythe. Scythe? Come on. It's the only one that makes sense. Imagine if the convict who'd been sentenced to death was not in fact killed. Imagine if that was to come to light. What are you insinuating? And imagine if the convict in question was the country's most hated mass murderer. If it was the professor. It would be a scandal. Yeah, but dude, our whole argument that is he probably wasn't dead in the first place until he was shot. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it would mean. Oh, come on, come on. Once a man is sent to the gallows, he hangs. No one could escape, not in Great Britain. But the fact is, there was a witness to the fact that the man did escape his hanging. Ooh. And it's exactly because of those monumental repercussions that Dr. Scythe would consent to any demand made of her by someone who threatened to expose the secret, even if that meant being complicit in a crime. Oh. I mean that Dr. Scythe wasn't collaborating in Mr. Drebber's wicked scheme. She was coerced into collaborating in order to protect her decade-old secret. She switched the dead body of Mr. Asman with the waxwork model and fabricated the autopsy report. Yes! Sorry. Yes! Sorry. That was so loud. Oh my god, it's been so long. Yes, we got the leggy. Lord Van Zeeks. Oh my god, I'm so happy now. Pray forgive my freshly filled hallowed chalice and a whole raft of other discourtesies now. Oh my goodness. Oh, he put his leg down so fast. It's just the sort of tall-tailed Londoners would enjoy, I grant you. An executed killer rising from the dead, a Scotland Yard cover-up, a conspiracy at the highest levels. Who did pull the trigger? That's true. Well, I have no idea at the moment. We have too little information to work out at present, I think. I couldn't agree more. Oh no. You didn't have to put your leg down yet though, dude. This is... This... Oh. Okay. Okay. That's not true though, because he's on the article here. If Odie Asman was the guy who made this article, then he's the one that exposed your name. I mean, I'm in the opinion that your actions are you're the only one at fault for your actions. So grave robbing was awful, but also he's the one that technically, because he exposed your name, got you expelled from school. Because someone saw the article with your name in it and then they expelled you, but he's the one that posted the article. We do have proof that you have a motive, though. The motive for this case runs deep, though. I can feel it. Using threats to force the head of the forensic investigation team to cooperate is extreme, especially for a government grant he had no guarantee of receiving in the first place. If the research grant was the aim, taking Mr. Asmund's life would have made no sense anyway. Which means Mr. Drebber's motive wasn't money at all. He was just trying to kill Mr. Asmund. But why? What was his motive then? The newspaper! No, it's the newspaper! I like how he dodged it. Like the Matrix. Alright. The newspaper is the motive! Alright. Who exactly was Mr. Asmund to Drebber? There's a connection that blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. Oh my god. Cosmic Coconut, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to my fumbling with sentences. There's a connection there that no one's seen yet. And I'm going to have to present 2 pieces of evidence to show what it is. 2? No. 2? Okay. I didn't know I had to present 2. God damn it. Yes, my lord. Alright. The evidence that establishes a motive and explains why the witness wanted the victim dead is right here. It has to be this. Yes, this is the motive. Okay, no, I have to save scum. I'm sorry. This is... Save scum. This is the motive. It's this newspaper article, my lord. It was. Okay. They always say we didn't overlook anything. They didn't overlook any detail whatsoever, but they always overlook something. That drivel should never have been written. It's typical gutter press nonsense that means nothing. Well, no, if you're that riled up about it, no, absolutely not. It's definitely important. Yes, on its own, it isn't particularly significant. However, when considered alongside another piece of evidence, it will completely explain your motive for wanting Mr. Asmund dead. Wait, what other evidence though? No, I'm in agreement with everyone else there. I don't know what other evidence I have to... Or maybe I should have done a different order? Oh my gosh, I presented it in a different order? I don't even know what the other evidence is though, but... Oh, no, Oh no, what do I... Oh dear, okay. I know the newspaper is the motive. Whoops, no. But... Oh no, well, I mean, I know the motive is because he was expelled from school because his name was published. So that ended up ruining his future as a scientist. So... maybe... Oh, maybe... Maybe this one? I mean, I don't know if it had to be presented in a specific order or not, but that would make sense. Maybe. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll load. Maybe I had to present it in a certain order. Is that what you want, a game? So picky. Oh, or maybe... Hold on. Or maybe not that. Or maybe it is the money, but that doesn't make sense. Because I mean, I guess we can't really trust his testimony. Oh, or... Okay, no. Okay. Maybe it's... Got it. Okay. No, the order is fine. It's fine. So this one... Okay, we got this. It's the signature. The signatures match. It's not the money, it's the other thing. Got it. Oh, I'm a dummy. Cross-referencing the contract. The signature. It's this contract, my lord. Mr. Drebber, this is the contract you signed with Mr. Asman. Yes, that's right. The very document, in fact. But I can't get over the animation. It's so cool. That proves I had no reason to kill the man. Nope. I'm not talking about that. No, I'm afraid not. What? There's something very significant that this newspaper article and the contract have in common. The signature. And it's that common link that shows very clearly why you are determined to kill Mr. Odie Asman. Come on, look with your eyes. Here. This one. Yes. What those two pieces of evidence have in common is a signature. Significant. What am I doing? It's Odie Asman. The signature on the illustration that accompanies the 10-year-old article and the signature on the contract belong to the same person. It does. Just look at it. Look at it. Look, he's even flustered. He knows. I wonder if he knew who Odie Asman was from the beginning, or he saw the signature and then realized it was that same person. If you look closely, the reporter's signature can be seen in the bottom right corner of the drawing. So he definitely... That's totally a motive. Like, come on. And if you look at the contract here, which was signed between the witness and the victim last year, you can clearly see Mr. Asman's signature at the bottom. It's the same! They are identical. Dude, even I can't sign my own signature that identical. In short, the journalist who drew the illustration and wrote the article published about Mr. Drebber 10 years ago was the victim of this case, Mr. Odie Asman. Oh, I haven't seen that reaction yet. Oh, come on! What do you mean, why? He can take a nap? Yep. What do you mean, why, though? It ruined his life. His future career. Well, if you think back, you'll remember that Mr. Drebber talked about that article in his testimony. He got caught as a grave robber. Or well, taking the, what did he call himself? A repurposer? Suffered retribution, he got expelled. There's the motive. Yep. Oh, he's back up. At the time, you were a student of the University of London who dreamt of becoming a scientist. However, this single newspaper article changed your entire life. I guess so. Oh, so he did. Well, there's confirmation. In fact, it's a widely held belief that Asmund managed to position himself at the heart of his criminal network, thanks to the many dubious connections he made during his time as a reporter. He's silent now. So you had to give up on your dream and leave university. You lost everything. Eventually, you found yourself working in the field of science, but only in the shadows. And all because of that article, written by Mr. Asmund. Enough! Huh? Stop this endless drivel about my life. What? Come on, it's a motive! Yes, it's true, I had to leave the university as a result of that article. But it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. What do you mean? Almost every student of science in the faculty was too poor to actually conduct any research, but they struggled on with their hypotheses anyway. We all did, only to have them taken by vultures. Sooner or later, you knew your ideas would be stolen and patented by some wretch or other, after all. Making a name for yourself as a scientist in a climate like that was a miracle only a select few geniuses could ever hope to achieve. Personally, I wasn't one of those geniuses, so it was hardly a wrench. That's a lie. So that's when I bring up this thing. He got a trophy for excellence in science. There's no way. Being forced out of university because of Lowgate was the best thing that could have happened to me. Your face doesn't look like you believe that or mean that at all. Mr. Drebber, do you genuinely believe that? Of course I do. Who's better to know whether or not I possess a talent for science than me? I'm sorry to say that your words don't ring true at all. How dare you? I dare, and I have the evidence to prove it. How are you in a position to say anything about me? I don't know you from Adam. What? Fine, if you think you have evidence, go ahead. Show it. What could you possibly have to disprove the idea that I was happy to leave university because I lacked talent? Because you didn't lack talent. I know I said this earlier. You have to know your stuff to be able to fake it. Convincingly, I mean. Do you remember this, Mr. Drebber? We found it at your workshop. It is. It is. It is, and it is. It's the greatest honor that can be bestowed on a young scientist, my lord. Yes, yes, yes. It means he was good at it. So whatever he said earlier was a lie. Your prospects for the future were excellent, weren't they, Mr. Drebber? Because even then, you were a genius in your field. But you lost everything. You had no more future. Your talents would go to waste. All as a result of this one newspaper article. Come on. I don't know when you realized who Mr. Hasman was, but when it dawned on you that he was the same journalist who 10 years ago ruined your life, it's abundantly clear that you had no intention of forgiving the man. Not that I really blame him. It ruined his life, but... Oh, the truth is... He's gonna lie again, dude. Do you not scared? No. He's not going to fold. Huh? Who said that? Who said that? Fine. Clearly, this has run its course now. What? Wait, was he going to fold? I admit it. All of it. Wait, she's gonna admit it too? What are you doing? It's exactly as the Japanese man said. I was coerced into going along with this man's plot to murder the victim, on the condition that he kept my dirty secret from 10 years ago. Oh, Van Ziegs. Oh my god, everyone is fucking... They're going crazy now. Dr. Scythe, do you realize what you're saying, woman? Oh my god, it's all true. That day, when I arrived at the Crystal Tower and saw the birdcage. Surprise, it was corruption. I know. Oh my god, so shocked. I can't believe there's corruption in the government. My heart nearly stopped beating. That memory from a decade ago that I'd done my best to bury deep inside myself. It was the professor again, staring me in the face. And then, before I had a chance to react, I noticed something else. There's something in his jacket, by the way. What is that? There was a note tucked inside the model's jacket. Oh, they actually bring that to... Okay. Dr. Scythe, you will go along with my plan. From someone who knows the truth about what really happened that night 10 years ago. Oh. All the instructions were there in the note. Every detail was meticulously written out. I had no choice but to do what it said. I made the necessary alterations to the scene and fabricated the autopsy report as instructed. There was really no other choice. It had to be done to protect the judiciary. I can only apologize now. What the fuck? Why on earth will you buckle now? Would you buckle now? I don't know, maybe she's tired. Well, there's no point in trying to hide it anymore, is there? I would have done anything to stop it coming out, even collaborate with a murder. But the great lie about the execution 10 years ago has been exposed. Whatever happens, I'm finished. I mean, you can hide these things for as long as you want, but... You know. So then, Mr. Drebber, what do you say to that? Your accomplice has admitted everything. Is he gonna fold? Surely it goes without saying. You admit your part in it too, then? No? I admit nothing at all. God damn it, dude. Okay. God damn it. She's already exposed you, though. Have you forgotten that the kinesis machine was ripped to shreds by an explosion? Short of me admitting to the crime, there's really no possible way for you to prove I did anything wrong. No! No! Okay, we're taking that break after all. Whatever this man says, I admit everything. He threatened to expose my secret, so I went along with his plan. And Lord Van Zooks, I hope you'll accept my apologies. What happens next is in your hands, of course. Well, that smile isn't menacing at all. The judge is so sick of this too, I'm sure. Isn't he one of your closest friends? Please, please, please. Oh, thank you. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo. You've proven Professor Hairbrain's innocence. Oh my god, please. Fucking Christ. No. I don't know. This doesn't feel quite right. Why did Dr. Scythe suddenly admit to it like that? Is everything alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Like you said before, the way the trial is set to end now, the judge will certainly deliver a verdict of not guilty. But is that really what we want? What do you mean? Junosuke, please don't be the one to do this to me. What the defense should be pushing for now is... Junosuke, I hate you. Because I know what we're supposed to do. But I hate it. I don't get a choice, do I, though? Okay. We know what the game wants. You said no bedtime. He said no bedtime, yes. Junosuke, this is what you want. I know. But I just want to see what he says here, though. If the judge gives his verdict now, Professor Hairbrain will be found not guilty without any doubt. Is something troubling you, perhaps? Yes, but it's probably nothing. In the antechamber during the recess earlier. I did give Mr. Sholmes my word, though, didn't I? God damn it. I told him I'd pursue any doubts I had about the truth to the absolute last. If you gave Mr. Sholmes your word, then it most certainly isn't nothing. Susato, can you read my mind? Like, seriously. He's saying this all in his head. And it means that there's only one right answer here. I don't know why I was ever wavering. God damn it, Junosuke! The defense objects to the trial ending at this time, my lord. Oh my god! Okay. We demand one final testimony. Everyone is shocked. God damn it. I know, Judge. We're winning, goddammit. Mr. Naruhodo, what exactly are you thinking? The truth, the whole truth, and a way to bring it all out into the open. Yes, in hindsight. Oh, Sholmes. Why would you say this to me? Why would you do this to me? I'm sure Mr. Sholmes knew. He must have deduced that this would happen. Watch, at the end of it, he's gonna be like, I knew. I had no such thought in my mind, my dear fellow. Yes, I'm here in court to advocate for my client, and to secure an acquittal, obviously. But that's not all. I believe that I have a duty to the court, to pursue the whole truth of the case, until every last detail is laid bare. And that is why the defense calls for the further testimony from Dr. Scythe. Testimony from me? About what? About the nature of your collaboration with Mr. Enoch Trevor. Huh! In case it's escaped your attention, I've already admitted to everything I did. The whole truth has already been revealed. So stop wasting everyone's time. No! You slipped. Yep. That whole action wasn't deliberate at all. Just, I couldn't control himself. That's what you call it? The prosecution also calls for supplementary testimony from the witness. Don't be stupid. There's more to this case that has yet come to light. Then I will join my learned friend in pursuing the facts until the bitter end. Lord Van Zeeks. Oh my goodness. Yes. She's like, I have no choice, I guess.